everyone, today is a happy day, and you know why today is a happy day? Well, first of all, my name is Prism, and welcome to Minecraft Snapshot 25W15A. That's right guys, we're doing a snapshot video, not on a Wednesday, but on a Tuesday. And that is why today, in part, is a happy day, because we have a brand new snapshot for the next Minecraft drop. But there's something even more exciting, the features in this drop. Now, if we go to the Creative Mode tab, we have a new spawn egg, and if we look up dried ghast, we have a new block, and if we go over to the tools, we have all these different colored harnesses. All of these features are part of 25W15A, or in short, 1.21.6, the Happy Ghast update. But that will not be the only thing we cover in this video, because there's also a brand new locator bar that we will show near the end of the video, or the beginning, depending on how I edit this. But I think let's actually start with the Happy Ghast. Alright guys, so we are in the depths of the Soul Sand Valley looking for a brand new block called the dried ghast. Now I'm struggling to find one, but they can spawn, I promise you. They're meant to spawn anyways, in Soul Sand Valleys. Near fossils. Not every single fossil will have one. They're meant to be a rare thing. Oh my goodness, ghasts are sometimes annoying. But you can find them on occasion, but it seems we're not having very much luck. Anyways, if you don't want to go to the effort of finding them, there is a way to craft them currently. Oh, here's one, in a very bad location. Anyways, this is what the dried ghast will look like, and if we take this back to the overworld, we can actually do a few cool things with it. Alright, so once we get our little dried ghast and take it to the overworld, we can pour some water on it, and pouring water on it will turn the ghastling, the little dried ghast, into a happy ghast. Now, we will also get an advancement for this called, let's see where it is. Stay hydrated for placing a dried ghast into a block of water. But this will take quite a while for this to occur, it to actually turn into a little ghastling. It will take approximately 20 minutes. So, for the sake of this recording, I'm just going to spawn in a happy ghast. Now, you can see here, this is what it will start as. A little, turn around rather, a little baby happy ghast. He's very cute, not harmful at all. You can punch it and feel like a horrible person if you want to. And this is what it will look like when it's fully grown up. This little giant ghastling that's turned into a happy ghast, and it looks very nice. Now, I can show you that they have also changed the ghast texture to have these little gills on the side, and to be more in line with the design of the happy ghast. But we're going to go away from here because I don't want to die. Oh yeah, and you will notice that you can turn it to peaceful mode and the happy ghast won't despawn. But let's go to survival mode. Well first, let me show you how you craft one of these harnesses. So the harness you craft with some leather, glass, and a block of wool. And then once you have the harness, if I can get over to the ghast, I can fly around. And I'm completely safe. I mean, obviously, you have to be careful because, you know, you're in survival mode on a flying entity. But I can even get off this thing and just stand on it. Or I can look down, or I can look up. And you can see that I'm able to just fly around on this thing. And it's very nice for building because of the slow speed. Yes, they are very loud. But no, I think it's really cute. I really like this. I'm opposed to the update itself, the size of it rather, and the fact that this was the big announcement, but I do think that the feature itself is really creative, and I think it's really cute. But yeah, that's the ghastling and the happy ghast. However, I should mention that if you don't want to go to the work of finding one of the dried ghasts, you can craft it in a crafting table. All you need are 8 ghast tears and a bone block. So if I take this right here, then I surround it with the ghast tears, you can see that we get a little dried ghast. Now, I want to put a message here for Mojang, and that's this. Please get rid of the dried ghast recipe, because it completely ruins the adventure of it. You could argue that ghast tears are very hard to get, and that's true. except that Ghasts spawn very commonly in Soul Sand Valleys, and you can use a looting sword in order to get up to 3 tiers per kill. I think it's up to 3 or 2. Anyways, I feel like Mojang keep adding these really cool features and then completely ruining them by adding some really cheap and easy alternative. Now, I understand to a point why they're doing this, because, well, the Nether can get terrorized and broken into a million pieces on big servers and stuff like that. But I don't like the idea of Mojang literally just being like, well, we're going to make it easier for the player to get if they don't want to go to all the work of locating it. I think that makes it less of a fun feature and more of a everyone has access to this. If they do want to keep the recipe, make it a little bit harder, because gas tiers, I think, are a little bit too easy. But overall, I think this is a very cool update, and I'm very excited to play around with this and see how it turns out. Alright, so let's talk about the locator bar. Alright, so this is going to be a very crude attempt to show off the brand new locator bar. But if I go over here, and I try to find my friend, that being my alt account that I have, we will see where they are, and they're right over here. Alright, so let's go over to them, and you can see that we can find them. They show up on the little bar here. This will replace the experience bar, but you will still see it when you gain a level. So basically, this is a replacement for it, but only temporarily. If you're gaining levels, then you will see the XP bar over the locator bar. I should mention also that in the snapshot, there is a bug with potions. That's the wrong category. Yeah, every single potion is basically a water bottle. They look different in your hand, though, so that makes no sense at all. I don't know what Mojang did there, but they still work. That is just a fair warning. But, yeah, the locator bar. Pretty nifty, pretty nice. I don't really know how to use this thing too much, but I guess if you have friends, then you can play around with it. But that has been added in the snapshot. So I usually don't go over the datapack changes too much, because honestly, there are way better videos that go into all of those, and I'm not really feeling like going over every little thing, but there were some pretty noticeable ones. F3 plus V will now print version information, so you're now able to see what version you're in, the name of it, the data, all these different things. There's also another way to get some of this information with the /version command, which is actually really nice, because it allows you to actually go ahead and check your, actual server running version. I'm pretty sure this is an admin command only, though. They've also added a new datapack create command, and what this will do is create a default datapack namespace. So let's say you want to make a more potions datapack, you could go more potions, and then write a description, I like waffles, and then it will actually print that into a file in your namespace. Now, I'm going to turn the music down really quick. Now, I'm going to be honest, this feels kind of, pretty simple and pointless, but there is actually a really cool thing about this. It will automatically tell you the datapack version. If you open this file, it will tell you the version that it's for. So you can use this to kind of get the idea of what the pack format version is. Now, of course, you could just look it up, but hey, if you want to be really easy and just do it with a command, you can do this. Another thing, they've also added a couple new attributes, such as camera distance. They've added an attribute for the new locator bar, or a couple of them, waypoint receive and waypoint transmit. I'm going to mess with the camera attribute because I have no idea what it does, so we're going to totally not break the game. Oh, that is interesting. Oh. Okay, then. So, you're saying that this is basically modifying my F5. Oh my gosh. I have not messed with this. Man, I can really break the game with this. What happens if you set it to 0? Oh. Well, that's a little up close and personal. Yeah. I can see why people would use this. This is really good for videos. if you just want to mess around, if you want to be like, hey guys, welcome to another video, and then just reset, you know, you could cut, obviously. But it's a really cool feature. The default is 4. Let's see if I can find a happy medium. I think, let's do 2. Yeah, so, very cool feature. This feels very weird. They've also mentioned that they're going to be tweaking the UI quite a bit. Or they mentioned something that they're going to be working on through the snapshot. So, expect some stuff to break in the next few weeks. But it really looks like 1.20, 1.6 is going to kind of be a smaller update. But hopefully we'll get some big surprises. At least 1 or 2 would really be appreciated. I should also mention that the locator bar is an experimental-only feature currently. So basically you have to toggle it if you want it on. And with that, they have added a brand new game rule. Oh yeah, that's been added. That was last update. But yeah, I don't know if it'll show it because we have the locator bar off in this world, but normally you would have a game rule asking you if you wanted the locator bar enabled. But that just adds a lot of customization, or really allowance of if you want it off or on. But yeah, no, they've just been adding quite a few technical things. I'm sure people are going to find a lot of cool things to do with the new commands. And it looks like Minecraft is getting better in some ways. So, we'll see how things go. But my name's been Prism, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care, and have a great Tuesday, guys. Bye for now.